As usual, if you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. I was just out there in Gilded, and I ran into the beautiful Liz Van Velsen. Wouldn't you know it? How's it going out there, Liz?
It's great. I like that name, by the way.
You have many names.
I do. Like God.
God, yeah, God's not one of them. Oh, God.
Well, the name Elizabeth, you can sort of get many names of. I think that we spoke to that.
Yeah. One day I come out and I just started calling you names. Liz, Beth, Betty.
Beth.
But I only know 3 things about Betty.
Elijah.
Elijah, yeah, right.
Elijah, yeah, Elijah.
That's not Betty or Beth or Liz.
Lilybeth.
Lilybeth.
Lisbeth.
What's up, Adam? Where you been?
I've been hiding.
Yeah.
I believe it's for due course. I heard a little rumor about something.
Oh yeah, what was the rumor?
Go on then.
You got a super chat already. Let me sort of.
She's diverting.
That's not a rumor. That's a fact.
So it's from Unitox Fable, who says, "I am third." And he's rolling out.
Those guys get upset because I'm always first. You know the deal.
Oh, yeah.
Blatantly cheating to do that on your own channel.
Yeah, he does that. He doesn't want to provide anybody else with a sort of heads up. It's a controlling thing, I think, isn't it? I think he needs counseling for that.
For that? Shit, I need counseling for more important stuff than that.
Yeah, but this is a good start. It might not piss you off as much as the rest.
What about that rumor?
I heard a rumor that Adam was really into a debate and was really getting it on with fellow flat earthers.
Say it ain't so.
I didn't listen to it. I didn't know. I don't know anything more. It's just that rumor that I heard somewhere.
It's not a rumor. It was a right good rumble yesterday with loads of us. I did point out, QE, actually. It was a full moon yesterday. Wasn't it? So
is that you're blaming it on that?
He was a werewolf.
I'm blaming Neil's behaviour on that.
Oh, gotcha.
So am I.
Oh.
Werewolves of London.
Yeah, no, it was. As he said though, it was getting to the bottom of stuff. It did get a little out of hand.
We're just working things out.
It was all for purpose, and the net result, Betty, that came out of my stubbornness, was to develop a spreadsheet formula to calculate expanding the Earth to 7/6R, which was the crux of Brian's claim of what Ruhif's doing, and are they doing it in Metabunk? Are they being that lazy with their mathematics? So they're not doing what they've claimed to us all along, which is to be doing ray tracing. They're just simply expanding the Earth at a rate of 7/6R. And that has implications if that is the case.
So the argument, so the heated argument was over what numpty dipshit argument were they putting forward, because it seems convoluted. So that's what the whole argument was about, which seems a bit silly. However, if you break through all the branches and stuff, there is a point to it. Of which I don't know, but there is one.
We're trying to get to the truth of their lie.
Yes.
How they're misrepresenting everything to pass it off as curvature. And we're trying to understand how they're perverting their own ball to make it flatter.
Yes.
And it's a nuance that some may think is
Sorry, I have to-
pointless, but
laugh
it's nice to
about
know how you're being lied to.
Hold on a second, Adam. She was laughing because something tickled her funny button.
Yeah, it's not that how to make that ball flatter.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. Yeah.
Oh, this is the point. Are we bending light, or are we expanding our ball?
I like to see guys expanding their balls.
Oh, jeez. Right to the gutter.
Blue.
Right to the gutter, Liz.
I think.
You guys talk about the same thing all the time.
Well, I think the answer to that is which question you ask him, isn't it, Adam?
Well, yeah, who you're asking.
Well, like what the how do you get an angle from with a curved adjacent is why Ruhith expanded his ball to try to get a flat spot on it, right? So, and then the rebuttal to the black swan is light bending. So, you know what I mean?
So is this a certain space that they want to make flat, or is it the whole ball that they want to make flat?
They want to make an area of, how would you say, flat enough to acquire an angle, is I think their state, which is still nonsense.
But
You know?
shouldn't that be? You need to apply that on every part of the Earth, right?
You'd think.
Well, it doesn't matter how.
Yeah. I mean, we already have these flat patches that we know of, like the solar and other
You can't.
places.
Yeah, that's funny. You
Like
can't
golf.
have those flat patches on a sphere. Funny that.
You got a golf ball that has these indentations.
Dimples.
Right.
Are you saying dimples?
Dimples?
Dimples prove the sphere. Are you a sphere though?
I heard that someone wants to make certain parts of the Earth flat, right? Like portions of it.
Yes, that's where we started. We've
Yeah,
gotten a little bit past
and
that.
I'm thinking, okay, so what they believe basically is that they have a golf ball on their hands. Some patches might be flat or flatter.
The dimples aren't
you know-
flat either.
Oh, they are indentations, but then again, that just magnifies the effect.
That indentation, they're still screwed.
It magnifies
Yes.
their idea of the whole realm that they live on.
Well, you're just tangling yourself up into a web right here. You're gonna get slapped around here a little bit.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Little old me?
Little me.
They're not.
Well, the point that they're missing is it doesn't matter how much a line curves. If it curves, you can't get an angle from it. It doesn't matter how, quantifying how much curve is there does not help you get an angle from
Yeah.
a curved line.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but she was on dimples, man. Let's keep it consistent. How are dimples flat?
Well, couldn't you make a ball with some flat patches on it?
No.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
No.
I have a dog ball.
Oh God.
Had a dog ball, and it had a hole in it, right? But the hole was like flat.
The hole wasn't flat. Show.
So the hole, and in that hole there was a bell that the dog would respond to. So when you would throw it, it would make a sound, right? But then again, you could sort of throw it, and it will sort of roll around the floor unless it comes to that flat place, and then it stops.
That's a really cool story. That doesn't mean that part's flat.
It is because it stopped on that patch.
Okay, it's a depression.
No, it was it
No,
is a
no,
sort of a plane.
not-
The
no.
edges of that, the edges on that hole were flat.
The edges were flat.
Yeah, the edges on the hole were flat.
That makes no damn
So
sense.
it could rest on edges of that hole, and then it would rest on the edges of that.
I don't think you know the definition of curvature. That's
The thing is that I don't claim that that patch is curved, right?
You don't know. Yeah, but a sphere, by definition, has curvature. Consistent curvature. Yeah. So it apparently, you don't know what the definition of curvature is. That's what it's telling me.
Oh, I do know, because I know where it rolls and has that ball effectiveness on it. And I know that when you sort of hack out a piece of it, then and it's a straight one, then you can have a hole in that ball, and then it will rest on it when you throw it.
Oh,
Wrong way.
brother.
Question, Betty. If you've got a sphere with sections which are non-equidistant, is it still a sphere?
Uh-oh.
I think that most part you can have a sphere still having a flat patch on it.
That's no, you can't. That's a paradox.
I'm thinking Death Star from Star Wars.
Yeah,
right?
I'm thinking I looked at that too, but that shit's not flat.
Well, that's how these guys think. They wanna. That's what I heard. That someone said that they wanna flatten their ball.
Oh, so
Right?
you're
Oh, there
mindlessly.
you go.
So you're mindlessly.
See, that's far.
There
right?
you go. So you're mindlessly parroting another person's argument.
No, I'm not mindlessly doing it.
But the Death Star is not a sphere either, is it?
No.
Or a moon. It's a space station.
Well, it's round, it's a sphere, except for that little patch where he has that indentation.
That is so relevant.
View.
That is so relevant. Adam, what are they having on their lunch menu?
Oh, are we going back on the food thing? Because
No,
someone
we're
asked
not.
in the chat.
I was just.
You mean in the Imperial Canteen?
Yeah, the Imperial Canteen. That's it.
They have got pasta in the little shape of Darth Vader heads, I think, on toast tonight.
On toast.
Are we just, why do I have food when we can't talk about food?
We're not we're not allowed to talk about food anymore.
Huh? By whom?
Nathan said we weren't allowed to talk about that.
Oh, so
That
now
weren't
we
real
are
food.
addressing. Nathan is our supervisor.
I didn't say he was the.
From him.
I didn't say he's the supervisor. He made his point known.
How? I wonder.
But he could talk about computers all day long,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was going to say that he can talk about sound and computers, but we're not allowed to talk about food anymore.
And then you
Well,
just
did you-
obey him, right?
Did you hear Nathan earlier?
Oh, we're going to
He
get to
was
that.
Raging.
We're going to get
Oh,
to
God,
that.
he's raging.
Just relax. We're going to get to that.
He could talk about food because he definitely won't be listening. Right after that marathon session. So we
Unless
get a
he
bit
says
away
we
with
may
a bit.
begin, right? So. Yeah.
Did he tell us to
Okay.
begin yet? Of course, the phone has to go off. Fucking thing.
Okay. So, are we talking about bow shooting also? Is that also forbidden?
You know what I've not heard about for ages? Midget golf.
Midget golf, yeah.
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 And naked Mexican
Well,
hairless.
those have those indentation balls that I can't bring up, anyways. So.
Oh, we had to get back
Pimples.
to that.
Yeah, I'm feeling sad that I can't now bring up golf balls anymore.
You're just making that up. You don't feel sad.
I do. I really feel sad.
Oh, poor baby.
Sniff. Sniff, sniff.
Sniff, sniff. What the hell?
I was kind of attached to my golf balls.
Oh, brother. Let me write that one down.
And my midgets.
Yeah,
Playing it.
midget golf. Okay, we might as well get into that subject and move off this one because it's going friggin' nowhere. So, we were all, I can only speak to for myself, so I rolled on into Nathan's show earlier at 8:30 this morning, my time, or 8:45, somewhere around there. And I proceeded to, take my position as I usually do. I usually stay pretty quiet because I'm trying to get myself together because I just woke up and try to get breakfast and try to get some type of sustenance with caffeine. So during about the middle of the show, I sit down and the subject turns to David Weiss. Now, I know Nathan's partial to David Weiss. For whatever reason, they've had a relationship for a while, and all is well and good. And Nathan put out his directive. I don't think he meant it as a directive, but it came across as a directive that Dearth is like hands off because Dearth is a good guy. He's not involved too much. He's not involved, period, with the dumbass crackers of Globe Dumpsters, which I thought was kind of lunatic because he's definitely involved, and more or less suggested quite strongly that we leave him alone, or he won't entertain anything that maybe would slight David Weiss on his show. More or less, he was censoring his show. I felt it, and I said, yeah, well, I'll tell you what, if something comes up, I'm going to take his ass to the woodshed. Now, I didn't say that out loud. I'm saying that to myself. But anyway, the subject gets on to, we move on to another subject, where John, who was on the panel today, Refracted Curvature, brought it to my attention. He asked a question, have you ever seen this video of the Globe Dumpsters crew, minus Globe Dumpsters Bob, interviewing or having a discussion / debate with a PhD? And I didn't recall it. And I told John, no, I wasn't aware of that. And I said, well, if you get a chance, John, just go ahead and PM me, send that to me. And so John, all of a sudden, he said, well, I'll go look now. And he went and looked, and it wasn't 15, 20 seconds that he posted it in the war room. So it was sitting in there, and I identified it, and I moved off of Skype. I went and did something else. However, we got back to it, and Nathan... What the hell? Turn the watch page off and go on mute. All right. So we get back. So we get back to it. And Nathan said, hey, I'll tell you what. Who the fuck is that? Brian!
Evening, Brian. He
Might
probably
be a
can't
phone
go on mute.
problem. Might be a phone problem. Be
Go on mute.
gentle.
He's muted up now.
All right. I lost my train of thought with my echo of my own voice. It was twisted and weird.
Put on the guy.
All right. Where was I at?
Nathan was getting ready to play the video.
Right. Nathan was getting ready to play the video. I'm giving you a lot of inconsequential events here so you could picture. I'm trying to create a picture in your mind. And Nathan said, so where's the video? And we told him it was in Skype in the war room, but there wasn't any timestamp. And he was concerned about that because he thought it was just a one-off type of thing. But as John Refracted Curvature, who just interrupted, told him that the whole thing was a train wreck. So Nathan proceeded to start this video. Now, let me just say this. Remember what I said at the beginning of the show, that David Weiss wasn't to be touched, right? By the end of the show, he is a piece of shit for cause. So I liked the irony of that. I liked how it totally converted to the other side, because let me tell you something. What Nathan did was, with this video, it turned into the treatment. That's what it turned into. And I was just smiling in the background. I wasn't sure what was going to be said, but I knew from listening to the Globe Dumpsters before that they have no arguments. They can't, they're pigeonholed because they're friggin' numpty dipshits. I always thought they were morons. All of them. right? But this was, and right off the bat, it started coming out in spades that they have no arguments against this baller. And he was an educated baller, like John said. He's a PhD, or I don't know who he is. We'll get the video and post it in the chat here shortly. But what it turned into, like I said, was one of the treatments, only it was done by Nathan. And he was going through the video, letting it play, and listening to the rebuttals that these numpty, dipshit, pretender clown flat earthers had against this baller. As it turned out, this guy handed them their ass. It was shocking. On the 2015, it was even below 2015 level of arguments. They've been on here for this long, and their fairy tale religious beliefs or whatever, I don't know. I can't divine their motives or intents. I can only go by what I heard, right? Because every single one of his arguments was idiotic, fallacious, and could be dismantled in mere seconds, right? And just done and dusted. But these guys would come up with these fruitcake arguments. I don't know where they came from. Just making shit up. And of course, Witsit and the rest, the underlying theme was electrostatics, I think. I heard it a few times, the electrostatic, with gravity. See, they pigeonholed themselves that they have to argue for gravity because they think gravity is electrostatics. In fact, he even said it. Or something to that effect, right? It puts them in a bind where they can't argue, and it comes down to what they think, because they said it, we'll just have to agree to disagree, which drove me absolutely crazy. They just wanted it to be neutral, right? Now, after all this went down, we sat there for 2 hours going through each and one of this crackerhead. I'll tell you what, this guy, if he didn't have like 8 shots of espresso before the debate, I don't know what the hell's wrong with him. He's talking so fast, interrupting, typical baltard shit. But he was educated, in the indoctrination. So he wasn't just your average skank and foul baltard. But anyway, he started handing them their asses with electrostatics because he had a little bit of background in it, which I found hilarious. Now, these arguments weren't difficult. Like I said, there were 2015 arguments that any flat earther worth his salt that's been out here for 3 months could have just vanquished them quickly and immediately, but it didn't. It just kept on going on and on. Red herring fallacy after red herring fallacy, coming up with their own agendas. And after it was all over, this 2-hour thing, I said to myself, like I said to say to most people, I don't divine intents or motives. I'm not in that business. I can only listen to the arguments or the conversations that are put towards me, right? I can evaluate. It's just a simple evaluation and assessment of what's going on. We all have that ability. I got 2 choices for these globe dumpsters idiots. Only 2 choices. There's only 2 choices about their station in life in flat earth. Number 1, they're controlled opposition. Or number 2, they're genuine imbeciles. That's the only 2 choices. It's not a false dichotomy. There's no other reason or rationale that can explain what I witnessed today. Is what I'm saying. So I appreciate everyone being quiet to let me finish my thought process there. But like I said before, let me just conclude. They're relieved for cause. And I'm not holding them responsible anymore. I'm done with that. I'm holding flat earthers responsible for them still being out here and having channels and having a venue. I'm holding flat earthers responsible, not them, not the pretender clown flat earthers, but flat earthers that are out here in the community. So you better gird your friggin' loins if I catch you out here supporting that shit and not leading the charge against it. That's all I got to say. Floor is open.
Well, you did ask me for a PhD video to review when you were talking about doing the treatment. And that's the only reason I sent it. And I sent it to you. I thought, I didn't expect any of that to happen. I'm glad it did, but I didn't expect any of that to happen.
Yeah. What's the number for Nathan's show today? Does anyone know?
I'll go check.
Yeah, we
I'll
need
go
to get
check.
that out. Folks, you need to listen to the after. That was all in the after show, I think. Maybe part of it was on the regular show, but it spilled over into the after show. And it was like I said, his show went from 8 o'clock or 7:30, the pre-show, all the way to 12:36 just a little while ago. So there's a lot to go over. Believe me, this wasn't just one off topic, sniper attack. This was a full-on assault on, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. If you listen to that, can please somebody tell me how my two choices are wrong, or show a false dichotomy by providing a third reasonable choice on their station in life, the Globe Dumpsters there. After listening to that, I'd be very interested in other people's takes. Thanks.
What I found interesting, I think, was the point that Nathan found offence at, and that was their clear declaration of wanting nothing to do with us in that. And I think historically, and the reason Nathan has asked for David Weiss to be precluded from their group is that previously, my experience, he's always been friends with them, but not been involved in the bullshit that goes off in this community, shall we say. And he's always separated himself from that. But I think that's why that was a shock. Because I know Neil presented it first, weeks before. I think that was a shock because it was a bit Judas, weren't it, really? Oh no, Peter, isn't it? It was denying the relationship that they'd ever had. And I think that's why you get upset when your so-called friends or people you have trust in to behave in a certain way suddenly say no. And what we saw there is David taking his side, and that's absolutely fine. He's entitled to his opinion of how he thinks should be dealt with, and he's entitled to that. What's disappointing is the religious crap that's being spouted in the name of flat Earth, and that's what we need to speak against. Yeah, they're entitled to their opinions, but they must disassociate themselves from flat earthers, because they're not. They're dielectric religious fanatics. Yeah, and as demonstrated in this thing, a man that knows a lot more about this stuff, yeah, kind of took them apart in parts, but at no point were they coherent to him. And there, I think the other thing in this was Whitsitt using his statements about how the universe works, and again demonstrates, certainly to that PhD guy, that he's, and these are the things we've been asking for, the definitions of the words they're using, the electrostatics. Even the guy was confused, because when they use those words, they have religious meanings. Electrostatics is not electrostatics, not static electricity. It's this religious force that they invoke that has nothing to do with molecular structure and stuff like this. It's all to do with keeping their paradigm together. It's part of the ether. It's part of the magical thing that enables all their belief system to work, to make it logical and plausible. And that was demonstrated, if you sit and listen, to what was supposed to be flat earthers. But that was like a PhD scientist talking to a group of Moonies who hold their own unsubstantiated religious views that they'll die on. They're happy to die on it, and good luck to them. I just asked them to differentiate themselves from us flat earthers that are out there searching for the truth with science, logic, and a bit of faith. Yeah, but not faith in their understanding of the world with pseudo-intellectual theories being the underpinning thing. And that's what's disappointing after all these years, to see these guys, that I used to chat with regularly, and got to this stage with, to see them descend into a pseudo-scientific religious belief. We can't sit here and let them represent us, and that's why we have to just challenge the crap that's coming out and go through it like this, because it's not us. And the best they are, as they say, bigger channels than us. We can't take them on like that, but all we can do is put out the truth of the information out there in our style, in rebuttal to what they're saying. I don't need a witch hunt, but I don't want is them representing me, because their views, their religious opinions do not represent me. I'm done. Thank you.
Well, when it first come out, I was baying for blood, which I would still be happy to do. But like QE said, it was like Nathan made Dearth his, he pulled a pocket out of his pants and he let Dearth hold on to it so we didn't attack Dearth. But, I thought that was completely uncalled for. If you're someone's friend and you've asked them repeatedly to protect your money and then to deny them like that, that's horrible.
Exactly, John.
That's a demonstration of the disingenuousness that they've gone to on that side. And that's disappointing to hear. And that's the points where Nathan knows that that friendship has ended. And David's ended it. He's decided Nathan's no longer useful to him. He's binned him.
Well, I don't judge my friends on how useful they are to me, Like, that's just shows shitty character if that's the way he's assessing friendships.
Exactly, John. If you're a friend, you're there. You don't turn around and say, we don't watch Nathan Oakley. No, but he protects your damn money.
Well, I think it goes a lot deeper than that. I understand that aspect of it, but I was focused on the other aspect. The aspect of the globe dumpsters not relinquishing the crisp, clear headshot arguments to baltards. I mean, just make them look like fools within a matter of seconds, right? They relinquished all those arguments that, and not only us here at FED have compiled, but essentially they've heard over and over again for years. Doesn't matter where they came from, but and most of them came from us. I mean, the killer, just take them out at the knees and chop their heads off arguments. You guys know all those arguments. We've gone over them for the past 7 years. But they relinquished those completely. A wholesale completely. They just relinquished the rebuttals to the train wreck baltards arguments. On the basis...
You have to let them go.
On the basis of the globe dumpsters' religion. For that sake, they allowed this baltard to just expose them. I don't get it. That is sedition to me.
Did you hear Witsit one time bring up the Black Swan?
They don't have to bring up the Black Swan. They can just use it.
But I'm just saying, did you hear anything? Did you
No.
hear them back the other guy with the clouds?
That's what I'm talking about.
No.
That's what I'm talking about. They don't. It's not that they have to bring up the Black Swan. They could do it conceptually.
That's not so much the issue, is it?
No.
As you said, it's not. I wouldn't use the word relinquished. They've had to give them up as an argument. There was a point where it got the baller dude to how do we have gas pressure without containment, and at the point that we've got gas go down, go boom boom with gravity, there's your win. But unfortunately, if you hold a religious belief that gas does go down, go boom boom, as Bob and the dielectric crew do, that there is an initial force that starts the orientation of density disequilibrium to play out, that is their claim, you can't then hold a baller to account. They've invented an imaginary force that they can't substantiate, and so is the baller. They're in the same camp. They can't hold the guy to account because we can, because we're holding them to a religious belief they can't prove. We don't have to have a substitute, but they want to make a substitute, and they have, in exactly the same way, a fictional force that solves their problems.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I found myself just sitting back here. Absolutely, I'm going to go back to this. It's sedition. There is no excuse for them allowing that baltard in front of, and I don't know how many people watched that video and how many fence sitters were on there. Watch them get their asses handed to them. I couldn't believe it. I mean, just basic stuff. Now, he did come up with more complex things, but you could jettison that. You could vanquish that just by a little knowledge of the scientific method. This guy was screwing up everything, right? He convoluted laws, theories. At one point, he said it wasn't a theory. It was a well-supported, proven theory. Just little things like, there were a bunch of little things. I might have to do the treatment on this now that I'm thinking about this, even though Nathan's done it. After I'm done with frickin' frack, which, by the way, is coming either tomorrow night at 6 p.m. U.S. Central or Thursday at 6 p.m. U.S. Central. I want to put that out now. So I don't want to surprise anyone. I want you guys to, not everyone out there, to be there, because this is going to be cataclysmic. I mean, this is going to be a joke, but I digress. I don't want to go to, it's still the treatment. Go ahead.
That's exactly how we should. I don't want to engage in tit for tat. Yeah, we'll cover it. But as Nathan said initially, this is useful as teaching material. And if you're going to, Nathan's been through it, if you're going to go through it in the QE style, which is to support the listener with the informed response, which is not based in religious belief of somebody, but based in actually dealing with the science and the facts and dealing with their claim, not trying to put your own claim out there that you can't prove. That's useful. That's a teaching tool for everybody. And, you know, there's going to be a bit of frustrated ad hom in there, but if it's kept to actually supporting the listener to a knowledgeable response, which is a lot more suitable than what I listened to this afternoon and what was critiqued this afternoon, then that to me has merit, real merit, and is worth doing and going through. Because, like I said, the last thing I want out there is those people haven't been on the journey, but they're just starting to the journey to think that this is what flat earthers believe. A rebuttal needs to be there from the true flat earth side, not the Ethereum religious church of flat earth. Yeah. I didn't join the flat earth community to end up believing all the stuff that's substantiated, and that's what's happened over there. And they're dragging lots of people with goodwill along with them, you know. But the best we can do is just put out the truth for people and give a clear, honest rebuttal to the people that they think they're taking down. I mean, did that guy think he left that meeting thinking, wow, the earth's flat then, isn't it? I've got something to ponder. No. All they've achieved there is a reinforcement for new people coming in. There's so much weak responses in there that it enables your cogdice to carry on if you're a newbie. It's frustrating to us because we can listen to the wow, this is what should be said. But for the newbie, they've just helped him stay on a ball.
Yep. Yes, sir. I can't explain it. Is there another choice, Adam? Am I missing something here with my two choices?
Yeah, I do think there's a third.
What is?
So you give me your two, and then I'll.
Yes, they're either controlled opposition or genuine imbeciles.
Yeah, there was a third.
Which one?
So my third option would be snake oil salesman chancers. So there's neither of the other two. They're not paid by the government. They're not dumb fucks, yeah, which is how they're painting themselves with their pseudoscience made up nonsense that they can't even define. And as the emissary, I spent a lot of time. So the only other thing is there's an opportunity out there to make money. So screw your morals. I'll keep peddling this snake oil because it's working. Because I got a massive audience, so I can earn a few quid. So that to me would be a third option. That
all right,
in those two.
I can't prove that one. Like I said, I'm not into divining motives or intents. Okay, I guess I can enter. I didn't think of that one. Because I don't think that way.
Well, it could be a combination of all three, or not all three, but two of the three, right? They could be abject morons and misinformation, or abject moron snake oil salesman.
That's a reach. That doesn't line up. Not to be out here that long and to be quote unquote the leaders of flat earth movement. No, that doesn't add up.
They're a bunch of numpty dipshits, QE.
Well, no, what I'm saying is say that you are controlling the opposition and you see these useful idiots. Why would it not be beneficial to put them at the forefront of people you ask to come on, like Behind the Curve documentary? It would be useful to put those people out in front as if that's representative of the section of society you're trying to.
Yeah, that would be, yeah. But I'm not seeing where this is going. Maybe it's me.
I didn't want to do some melding of issues. I just thought that's the third option. You don't have to be.
Yeah, we don't have to search those out. The most important thing, I want these people to actually listen to this. So, has anyone got a link? You know what? I do.
just to add to that, none of that is relevant to me at all. Whichever of the 2, 3, or even any other options, right. I don't really care why they're doing it. What I do care about is that CAC is out there and is representing all the work I've put in over I don't know how many years. And people are going to think, like when I went to Birmingham, one of the first questions I got asked was about ether. And I had to waste my time. So it's nothing to do with me. But this is my best understanding of what they can't explain. But that's out there. That's out there in the public psyche. And it's one of the things, because they're the bigger channels, that people encounter first. And it's undoing all the hard work we've done. Whether you believe in ether or not, it's kind of irrelevant. You can't prove it. And we're dealing with a much bigger issue here. We're not trying to bring another paradigm to people, particularly one we can't support. Just dealing with the globe lie that's been thrust upon us all, that's keeping us all down. And this is distracting from that and stopping people seeing that lie. That's what I want to deal with.
I'm gonna post it here, so people know what we're talking about.
Well, when a baller says something idiotic, you can hold that up and take it apart, and it's useful, right? But when you have flat earthers saying idiotic things, I don't see how that's useful. I mean, it still might get you views to tear it apart, but it just seems detrimental.
We got Cavendish.
Yeah, I heard that, but then I think he pulled it back right after Nathan continued it. So I did hear it. I'd have to listen to it fully again, but I think he retracted that right after that.
But they didn't come against it because they have their own parlor trick. I know you heard me say that with the Sagnac effect to promote their dielectric acceleration. That's why they won't condemn it.
This is a point of confusion, I have, with part of the Ethereans' use of the word electrostatics. And I think Witsit jumped on that because you've not controlled for electrostatics. I think the guy even mentions that's why he pissed off and used a telescope, so he was nowhere near it. And you know what I mean? It was... they're using that electrostatics in the Cavendish in the conventional sense there. Yet when they then go on to describe their worldview, electrostatics seems to do lots of other things and imply lots of other things. And I'm sure that was more of a static electricity control that was being invoked there, as opposed to, I'm not sure how Cavendish would have affected the electrostatic of his balls.
Well, that's the thing. Later on in that same video, we didn't make it to, I thought it was a lot closer to it, but Witsit claims that electrostatics are constant.
My point being, you hear a lot of pseudo-intellectual waffle that to me demonstrates a lack of understanding, or certainly a mixing of definitions that is not appropriate. And the only reason for mixing them is because of a religious belief. And that disables them in those arguments, because they want to shout their religion. And their religion is unsubstantiated, yet it uses words from science that they won't define to us. Remember, we've asked for this. They've refused. Go into, let me talk about magnetism. Let me talk about this. Let me use another analogy. If I was coming into this with an open mind, I've been triggered. Somebody's told me about gas pressure or whatever. I'm coming into it with an open mind. And the flat earth side is giving me that. I'm walking away, because it's not just so that it's unsubstantiated. It's clearly pseudo-intellectual waffle, which anybody with some training can hear that the person that's talking doesn't know what they're talking about. They're all highly uneducated. And that's what you hear that guy politely recognize.
Yep.
Well, I know you're trying to focus on that, but when he said to that professor or PhD that you didn't control for electrostatics, and then later on, I can't remember the exact point, he said electrostatics are constant. Why would you have to control something that's constant?
There you go. So you've got the detail, because electrostatics is different things. It was electric. It was static electricity in the building in 1 minute. Then in their religious belief, it's the actual structure of how everything works. So the electrostatics of things, and they change apparently based on the electro potential voltage difference through the air as we go up with altitude.
Are you saying
affects the electrostatics of things?
Are you saying the electripa?
Exactly. It's exactly that. What did you just say? You've just mixed words up and made statements so profound in physics that you either don't know what you're talking about, or you've invented a new type of physics.
I don't know. I don't know, man. It was one of the most pathetic things I think I ever heard. And I can hear myself back in the day. The biggest threat to flat Earth are pretender clown flat earthers. And
I remember.
Was that a poster child? I posted it in. I even pinned it. The Globe Dumpsters Sedition. If that's not the poster child of my statement, I have no idea what is. I don't.
Don't worry about it. Relative density takes care of everything else.
Well, you don't have the constant down direction, apparently, because, it's always changing. I don't even know what the hell that's supposed to mean. Like, you have to control down. I like if you're not going to challenge the phenomenon, you ain't got a chance against Cavendish.
Should I play some examples? You know what? Hold on a second.
Can you play the Cavendish bit? Because that was the bit I was driving home and I chipped in because I was aghast that a flat earther would cite Cavendish.
Yeah, but I think he pulled it back right after that.
Yeah, and I said I was on my way home, so I've missed any bit after that. So maybe you can find, because I'm not sure how you pull it back, having first cited it. Why you? There's the point, right? You can mitigate there. Well done, yeah. But that came out your mouth. I'm going to use Cavendish. It went through your head in your thought process. At some point, that was valid.
Yeah.
When it went in, and it came out of your mouth. So you can pull it back later. But that, like I said, what does that demonstrate in terms of how you're thinking? Now you might have to backtrack because you've realised you've double dutched yourself. Yeah, but it still came out your mouth, and you still thought it was valid when it came out your mouth. After it left, and you heard yourself, oh shit, you might have to readdress that. Still left, went through your own noggin, mate.
Yeah, I copied that link from Skype, but it was bad. John, I'm going to fucking have your butt. Hold on.
Well, how can the link be bad? Nathan used it.
Yeah, I know. Let me try it again. I tried to take it from my chat, but it didn't do it. Let me go to Skype. That might be
you, John.
Can I shout out a super chat in the meantime?
Yeah, you can, Betty. You can contribute to the discussion, yes. Les.
No, I'm not contributing. I'm just shouting out a super chat.
Okay.
Tell you.
Good.
It's Unitox Premu, and he says, third option is to use common sense.
That's not a third option.
They didn't choose it.
Oh, goodness, this is 4 hours and 20 minutes long. You guys are going to kill me. You want me to find the part where Cavendish part? How the heck am I going to do that, Adam? Hello?
I think you should pick up where Nathan left off.
I don't know where he left off. I don't have any timestamps or anything.
That's not good.
Hold on. So let me.
Hey, was I wrong though when I said any point in that video could be a numpty clip?
No, you're not wrong. Not what I listened to. Did he start right from the beginning?
No, I think he randomly picked the spot to begin, and because I said that, I was like, you can pick any part you want. You're gonna get something stupid.
Just play at random.
And you were right about that.
Say again, Brian. Did you say something?
Yes, I'm off mute now. Just play at random. Hello, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, man? Let's see here. 1 second, because I want to give the people, because we're only talking about it. We got to give them at least some reference, cowbell. Where are you? 1 second. All right, here we go. This is what we're talking about, guys. The name of it is Debating 4 Flat Earthers for 4 Hours. David Weiss, Jaron, Austin Whitsitt, and Sean Hibbler. This is what we're talking about. This was the impromptu thing that went off on Nathan's show today. And like I said, I don't know where he started. He just randomly picked a spot. You got Bryant down here. He is, what is he? Let's see if it has it in here. They initially show more. Oh my God, dude. So, John, do you know this guy's credentials, by the way? Any chance?
I think he's a PhD astrophysicist.
Adam Meekin knows all about him. Didn't you read up on him?
Adam, any pedigree on this guy?
I'm trying to remember. I did check him out. He seemed valid.
He's the
Standard.
flaky guy.
You what, Neil?
You were telling me that he's sort of flaky.
Well, that
He got into some
Yeah,
kind
he
of
was in.
mystic
That was
stuff.
it. He was into using electromagnetic stuff for medical treatments or something. Oh, I'll have to look it up. There was, weren't there? There was a link as to why Bob would have had him on to engage with him, because he was looking into use of magnetic fields in stuff.
here we got. I'm sorry, guys. You know, sometimes it's just right in front of your face. I'm trying to search for the description. Well, they have it right here. Jaron, Dave, Sean, and Austin get schooled about living on a globe by Professor BS. He's not a PhD. He's got an MA in physics. Bryant Myers. That's him, right? Looks like him. Yep.
That's the guy.
Yeah, it's right there. So you want me to play some of this? I could pick any spot, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Any spot will give you stupidity.
Let's go to... Okay, we got Newton's apple. What the hell is that? I'm trying to maybe get cabinet. Yeah, but I'll just be purely guessing. Heck with it. I'll just pick a spot. Here we go.
On this, you have to let me talk on this one.
Okay.
So we're going to show you some research that we did on the Himawari 8. How come that's hiding there? Hold on. Transition. Here we go. So
We didn't get into the Himawari 8, so Nathan's probably somewhere up in here.
Surface, you do know the inverse square law goes by the radius.
Just leave your camera on, Austin.
Right?
Sorry.
When I take, like, for instance, the gravitational drop off from the Earth, the 1 over r squared is not r from the surface; it's r from the center. You got to take the center of celestial bodies to do the 1 over r squared drop off.
all right.
It's a very big r that you're doing 1 over r squared. You can't. I see what you're doing, but you're going to the surface. You got to look at the r squared as the radius of the moon. Okay, that's a big radius.
Let's get back here.
One has problems with that, right? You're never going to get a flat image, period.
I've heard Bob say that. That's when I threw my hands up and just quit debunking flat Earth. When they said, "Oh, if we go out to space and there's in the window and it's my eyeballs always going to see a curve," it's like, okay,
No.
how can you debunk
Well,
that?
No,
they
he's
said
saying
that.
that you see in a circle, so you would see that. And then also it's called Rayleigh scattering. You get circumference of light, a radius of light over a flat surface, you would potentially see that. And in addition, Neil deGrasse Tyson tells the whole world that you wouldn't see curvature
Oh,
from
Neil
60
deGrasse
miles up.
No, hold on. Neil deGrasse Tyson was wrong.
63 miles.
Neil deGrasse Tyson was wrong on that. Just a blanket state. This guy's a clown, man.
All right.
I don't know why you
Okay,
guys think
well,
Neil deGrasse
Dave-
Tyson is somehow.
Did somebody want to add something? Adam, was that you?
Yeah, so that's interesting, isn't it? That he's PhD in physics and he's throwing Neil deGrasse under the bus.
No, he's
Well, this
MS.
Okay, sorry. He's throwing Neil deGrasse under the bus. So he's going against globe doctrine. So you've got a guy that's prepared to do that. So if you can engage with him on a level, you've got him, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because you've clearly got a geek like me there, right? So you've just got to deal with him on his level, which requires knowledge, obviously, but what it doesn't require is you giving him your new worldview to disprove his. Because you're only going to lose there, especially if he knows the definition of the words better than you. Good opportunity, this that I say he's just a standard nerd, isn't he? Like me, you know what I mean? So the way to talk to nerds is in their own language, which is what got me. You know what I mean? Gas pressure without a container. Damn. Just plagues your mind.
So we got up
No matter-
We got up right now. The sun angle equals 90 minus the zenith angle. Where'd he get this other than a flat Earth? Let's listen to this.
Has any heat. Okay. But at dawn in the summer, when the sun's farther, I can feel the heat.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Now, again, listen, you have to jump to big hurdles to say, well, it's because of the Earth and the atmosphere is holding radiant heat and stuff.
Atmosphere, that's a contradiction in terms. Why is he using why is he using his terms? Atmosphere, that's a contradiction in terms. Atmo means air. Air is a gas. Sphere is a shape. Gases have no inherent shape, Dave. Why are you... I don't understand.
But it can't be that big of a swing. Here's the thing, though. On a flat Earth, the idea of a local sun moving back and forth, that works out perfectly. We could actually test that.
It works out perfectly. Well, go ahead, test it. Let's see it.
We can actually test it.
But this is science too. I mean,
this is science. Here it is. This is science too to this knucklehead. But watch these guys. They ain't gonna do anything. As soon as he had science, my eyes wouldn't be looking down here. I would have popped up. Right? Let's see what happens.
Specific heat equation shows that land.
He's talking about an equation being science. Why aren't you guys stopping him?
A way to measure and quantify how land and atmosphere hold on to heat energy.
What? How the paradox holds on to energy. I'd like to see that. How does the atmosphere hold on to energy, you clown? What are you guys going to do? You just going to let him go, right?
And if you can, again, it makes perfect predictions. And then, by the way,
it makes perfect prediction. What makes perfect predictions? What are you talking about? Scientific predictions? And what's doing that anyway? What?
Magic 8 Ball.
It's nonsense. Why? What are you guys thinking? What is going on here?
I did the calculations on the 91 versus 94 million, the difference of 3 million miles in the sun's trajectory.
He did the calculations for what? Now he's on the distance to the sun. How'd he get that? Why aren't you stopping him and asking him how he got that distance? What are you doing?
That's what I was about, John. I was just about to say that. That's... I've just been handed a housekeeping question from him as a claim. Yeah? It's just jump all over that. Yeah? We know. And then he makes his housekeeping claim. You don't need to go past that, do you? And you shouldn't go past that. Because if you do, you've tacitly accepted it.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
You're going to argue within that.
Exactly, sir. Yes. Totally agree. Yeah. They're not doing anything. They're just letting him go. Let's see where else he goes.
It turns out if you actually look at it's all based on the perpendicular angle that the sun's coming in.
What angle? That the sun's coming in? How are you getting it? You talking about an elevation angle? Well, please explain, Bryant MS, how you can get an elevation angle off a curved adjacent. You see, that's it. That's the end of his entire argument right there. He's using a flat earth. What are these guys doing? What are you doing over here? What are you in some type of coma down there, Hibbler? What's it? Yeah, you medicated again. Betty and I looked at a cheese dip yesterday. I think you might be interested in. Dave, what are you doing, Jaron? Object. His argument's over. He just proved the flat earth. It's done for. Nope, they don't do anything. Look at him.
So when you it's basically taking the sine, whatever angle is coming in, you take the sine of that, and it gives you the component that's perpendicular, right? So I did the calculation.
Huh?
Stop there. Stop. They're now going to accept maths as proof.
Yeah.
I did the sign. I did the calculations. I took the sign of that. Shit, that must be real.
Why are you guys not accepting that we're going to use a flat plane, flat Earth, to prove a sphere? That the GlobeBusters obviously are okay with using a flat plane to prove a sphere. Like, I don't see the problem.
I know you don't.
Calculations, and it turned out, even being 3 million miles away, the amount of you can calculate the irradiance hitting the Earth at a certain latitude, and because the angle is closer to 90 degrees.
Where'd you get that 90-degree angle from there, Sunshine? You see how easy this is? It would have been a massacre. If this was a flat Earth debate channel, he'd have been massacred. If this wouldn't have lasted 4 hours, it would have lasted 4 minutes at best with his interruptions. This is a joke. This is sedition. I'm telling you, it is.
You actually, I wish I don't have the calculations here. I did them though. You actually end up getting
I'm sure you did those calculations, Bryant.
lot more energy, even with it being 3 million miles away. You can do, again, because the 3 million miles compared to 93 million miles is so small compared to how you can have these sharp angular differences from the seasons. And that's the
angular differences from the seasons.
He is. You see, get a nod there because he is correct.
Yes.
3 million miles is different to 93.
Yes, that part's correct. Yes. But his point's not correct.
They've just all again tacitly accepted that the sun is now 93 million miles away, even though years ago we used to think it was only 3 million. Keep going, son. Give me more of your fantasy fairy tale. It's really useful.
the reason why it can be hotter in the northern hemisphere, even though the sun's further away. And again, I did the calculations and it works.
It works. It works. Yeah, I did the calculations too.
It has to be, doesn't it?
I did some calculations too.
Yeah, but are we going to ask? Are we going to ask? What were these calculations based on? Where did you get the numbers from to do your calculation? Ooh, let's explore that, please.
Yep. Put that up on the screen, right? Put those calculations up on the screen. Define every single variable in your calculation. Yep.
Show me your numbers.
That's right.
Well, he already said where he got them. He already said where he got them when he said 90 degrees.
Yep. Off the elevation angle. Unbelievable. This is incompetence at such a high level that can't be reached. A cherry flat earther 2 to 3 months around FED would have already handed him his ass. It had already been over.
Listen to us three now. We're all picking at different things. Okay. Why? Because we've allowed him to continue from the first point of bullshit. So all of us now are discommunicated. We can't argue with him because we've accepted too much already, and we've got 15 arguments with him already because we've allowed him to progress.
Yes, sir. Let's see.
You can't. Yeah.
Let's see where he goes. I'm about getting tired of this one. Let's see if there's any more interesting in here.
It's actually significantly. I mean, it's not even close. It's very easy to show that.
And any one person want to make a comment? Maybe Austin.
Mm-hmm. So basically, you're saying that when the sun's 3 million miles further away, it's warmer.
No, it's again anybody that's in the
because of the angle, the perpendicular.
Oh no, it's the angles. If you're in the my friends.
Why not kill him with that angle? Just kill it. Where did he get that angle? Show how you can get an elevation angle off a curved adjacent. It's over. But nope, not gonna do it.
In the solar panel industry, and I explained this to him, he understood it right away because solar panels, they have to find based on a certain geography, right? What's the best angle for the.
This guy's talking about solar panels now. What in the? Let me skip.
We get onto parallel rays here.
Hold on a second. I got free fall. We're getting around gravity. 1 second.
See, yeah, but my point again. You see, we're already on to another point now where we've got another point of rebuttal.
Yeah.
And we're working in this paradigm of 93 or 90 million miles away.
Yeah.
And we're going to...
I'm glad I didn't watch this video before I come to Nathan. Like when I was watching Globebusters, I'm glad I didn't watch this video before I seen Nathan come on Globebusters. Because I don't think I would have ever found FED.
All right, wait a second. Let me go back. Where are we at? 146.58. Let's go.
That is my point, John, that I made earlier. So I'm glad you said that. Yeah. Yeah. If you're in your still anti-flat Earth mode, and this is what you come across, you're wringing your hands, aren't you? We're a bunch of retards still, aren't we?
Yeah, that's what they're demonstrating.
Yeah.
As a performance assessment.
Yeah. There's his slide. Everyone, can you guys read that? It says how to measure gravity with a piece of paper, a pencil, and your smartphone. Oh my God. All right, let's see where this goes.
Is that the ballers slide?
Yeah.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's him, I think.
A piece of paper, a pencil, and a smartphone creates an instrument that can measure a force that's not a force.
Yep.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it is. Let's see what he has to say. This might be good.
Right. I'm getting to that. This is just the first.
Things
But
fall
down is
on
down on a flat Earth, Brian. You know that, right? Down on a flat Earth, down is down. There's no one upside down in Australia right now, hanging on for dear life. All right.
Okay, down is towards the center of the Earth. This is
I know. I know heliocentrism. I grew up with it. I understand. I'm saying
heliocentrism. This is how down. It's not.
No, this is a heliocentric theory.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's not the theory. It's a very well proven theory of gravity that.
It's not a theory. It's a very well proven theory of gravity. That's what he just said. What are you guys gonna do about that?
I see. At that point, I've got to ask for explanation. Yeah. Somebody says to me, "It's not a theory. It's a very well proven theory."
Yeah.
I can't move past. I know, like that might say, but his whole point is he's trying to give it authority.
Yep.
And the statement of authority is that he's backed up after it's been challenges. It's not a theory. It's a very well proven theory. Well, that needs jumping all over. Otherwise, you again tacitly accept that it's a well proven authority.
Yep.
He, in his mind, more importantly, and in the audience's mind.
Yes.
Because you've not challenged it. So
yes.
It must be.
Yes. I totally agree, Adam. Yes. Exactly. You got it.
So, okay, what is the theory of gravity?
Okay, again.
Okay, well, Witsit, that was good. Well, what is the theory of gravity? That is a good start.
This is
I just want to talk about gravity, man.
I thought I was going to be able to go through some slides.
Give your presentation.
Just answer his question. It was a very simple question. It's not a theory. It's a very well proven theory. And he says, what's the theory of gravity? So now you're into your Nancy shit. Feelings. Oh, numpty feelings. No, just answer his question. Go ahead.
Yeah. Who just said, oh, I thought I was going to be allowed to present a load of slides? Brian?
Yes.
Yeah. So in that one question that Witsit asks there, do you see what he did? He shat it straight away. He can't back up what he's just tried with as a well proven.
Yeah.
As soon as he's asked to qualify the authority that he's just given, he's gone to appeal to format fallacy.
Yes.
Instantly from that one small question from Witsit.
Yep.
Whether they recognize his arse has gone through, I don't think. But to me, that's what I've spotted straight away. Oh, bollocks. Straight to appeal to format fallacy.
Yep.
Instead of what should be a very simple question, which it cleverly asked.
Yes, that was a good question. I'm not taking anything away from him. That was very good, very poignant. Okay, let's see where this goes.
Well, hold on.
Go through the sides.
What?
If he did say it was the bending of a conceptual medium, how are they going to deny that when they have a conceptual medium of their own they're claiming?
Well, we're going to see that. We'll see that. I don't know where this goes. 1 second. Let's see where it goes after he gets done whining about his panties being in a bunch.
Interrupt you. Yeah.
There you go.
Go ahead.
This is maybe next time we can just talk one-on-one because this is
Give your presentation on gravity, man.
Why doesn't he answer your question? Just answer the question. He can get on with his presentation. You define the theory of gravity. 2 sentences max. And then he can move on. Why let him get away with that?
All right. Well, anyway, one of the things that flat Earth believers don't seem to understand is there's a difference between laws and theories.
Ah! They ain't gonna know. He's got you by the short hairs right now, all you knuckleheads.
No, I've not seen this, so Witsy's going to have him on this. I'm going to predict.
You think?
Yeah, I do, because like that. Come on. He's
No.
hung around us too long, and irrespective of his views now, some smart ass says such a patronizing statement. The trouble with flat earthers is they think, oh, mate. Come on, I am now rooting for Witsy.
You're
You're going to be surprised.
He's the only one that could do it. These other knuckleheads can't do it because he's listened to me talk about this for years. So he better do it.
They're all going to fail. That's my prediction.
That's your prediction. Okay, hold on. Let's see what happens.
Gravity is not proven, but yet it's a gravitation.
The theory of gravity is not proven. I'm sorry. I had to stop it. I digress.
It's a law because we can use it to make predictions and to build things. In fact,
It's a law. I thought you just said it was a theory. What the hell are... What?
No, he said something more profound. If a theory is not proven, it becomes a law.
No, he
That's
did
what he
not.
Rewind it. That's the intonation in his statement.
147.40. 1 second. Let's go back 22. All right. I'll try not to stop.
all right. Well, anyway, one of the things that flat Earth believers don't seem to understand is there's a difference between laws and theories. So yes, gravity is not proven, but yet it's a law because we can use it to make predictions and to build things. In fact, I don't know if you know this, but most of the world around us is built on Newton's laws of gravity. In fact, if you look at...
I didn't hear him say that. Go ahead.
No. What's a law? It's inviolable.
Yes.
Not making it doesn't make predictions. Laws don't.
Nope.
They state facts.
Yeah, predictions, scientific predictions are hypotheses. There are no hypotheses in natural laws, folks. And you guys up here, but you don't know that. You should know. Witsit should know that. Let's continue.
I mean, if you look at skyscrapers and bridges, and again, at Georgia Tech,
What? How does this prove gravity showing pictures of planes, trains, and automobiles? What on earth? Newton's law of gravity, which was debunked 106 years ago. Newton's laws of gravity, what the hell are you talking about, son?
I'm the screen's a little bit behind, right? But the previous slide proves of gravity. Was it the perihelion of Mercury?
Yeah, it was.
Black holes? Black holes! Get out of here.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be allowed a slide like that. That's just... There's too much that's just going past and past and past. It's just not acceptable to allow it. I say it creates too many points of argument. There's so much now. There's 50 points you want to argue with him on.
Yeah.
And all he's got to do is flip to another one in mid-thingy because you've let him go past 50 points.
Yep, exactly. You got it, Adam. Yes. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the world is built on and runs on Newton's law of gravity. Really? From Andrea Ghez, UCLA professor of physics and astronomy. Einstein's right, at least for now, said Ghez, a co-lead author of the research. We can absolutely rule out Newton's law of gravity. This bozo has everything running on it. What's wrong with that picture? OMG. Well, sorry, I digress. Let's see what these bozos do.
Classes on statics and dynamics, civil engineering type of classes, and you use Newton's laws of gravity to build and make all of these things.
Yes, and dark matter was created by invisible three-toed gnomes and luminescent gerbils.
So this is one of the problems with the flat Earth. The flat Earth doesn't really have a model that can build or make
a model. Why don't you let's see his model first? Have him define a model, scientific model, by the way, because that's what we're talking about according to him. Right? And let's see what he's going to do. I already destroyed his Newton universal law of gravitation. It's already destroyed. I didn't destroy it. The actual pseudoscientists on his side have already destroyed it. What do you guys got to say?
I'm saying Witz is going to have him.
Not you. I'm pointing at these guys. I know it's delayed. Just relax.
I mean, you're if you go to school, if you're a flat Earth believer, maybe you won't do that. But if you
go to school, and if you're a flat Earth believer, maybe you won't do that. What the fuck? I forgot more about physics yesterday than you'll ever know, Mr. Skullboard. You clown fuck. You're lucky I wasn't on this panel. It'd have been your ass. You wouldn't have made it to 1 hour and 48. You would have made it to about 16 seconds before I compromised your dumb ass. Espresso snorting fucking weasel.
If you really want to make things in the real world, you use Newton's law of gravity.
Really? Well, show. Show. Right now. Not with pictures. Fucking show. He can't. No one's going to hold him to this. Are you saying that these guys, these globe dumpsters, hold him to that statement? Hello?
I've got a question. No, they won't. So I want to everybody else. Why won't they hold him to this?
That's the question. Good one, Adam. Yep. Yes, sir. Let's see where it goes. I stopped it.
I mean,
No. I want people to have a wild stab in the dark, particularly in chat, right? Why won't they? What's stopping them holding him to this?
Yep. Something is. Let's see what happens.
No, it comes back to your question.
You keep on doing that. I keep starting the video and you keep on talking.
I know, because it's a pertinent point, this one.
Hurry up.
What were your options? Stooges, footwits, or snake oil? Now, me, I'm being honest. I'm not going to say. Keep playing. We'll see at the end. Yeah, but I'd like chat to know what they.
You said keep playing. I hit play and you keep talking.
I know. Sorry, I can't help it because it's frustrating. But I'll shut up. Buttoned.
Okay, now just tell me I'm okay with it. I'm laughing at you, not with you.
Yeah, no.
You caught that one, didn't you? I turned it around.
I actually naively assumed it was the other way around.
I know you did. I Jedi mind tricked you. Wait, you're like, wait a second. Did he just say the up? Wait a second. Stop.
Dirty bugger.
All right. Now, can I go? Just tell me when to stop, okay?
I'm on mute.
Now, you tell me when to stop, and I'll stop it.
Laws are analytical relationships that...
No, laws aren't analytical relationships. That's not what a natural law is. It's not an analytical relationship, you fucking clown. It's just a description of what happens always. They're inviolable. My word.
Basically are true in their given sphere. So here on Earth...
They're true in their given sphere? What the hell does that mean? You got sphere problem. You're a sphere, though.
With low gravity...
They're true in their given sphere. In their field of being applied. See, no, you see, that again is correct. Okay? So if you're going to do geodesy, then your ball in its field, in its sphere of influence, and knowledge is applicable.
No.
It's just what? It's just he's not saying anything.
Well, no, it's a contradiction because he's talking about laws. They're true in their given sphere. No, they're true, period. Their given sphere is the natural world. So
no, so in a way, then he's diluting the authority.
Yeah.
So he's saying they're not true, but you can consider them. So if we take the Newtonian laws building bridges, he's saying they're true if you're building bridges in their sphere of a way application. They're not necessarily correct. But if you're building a bridge, you could use a bit of Newtonian mechanics, and as long as you overstress it, you know what I mean, overbuild it, over-engineer it, you'll be fine. So they're true in that sphere. There's absolutely the sphere isn't reality, is my point.
No, he's using a sphere as a metaphor, but he's wrong in his implication because he's talking about natural laws. Actual natural laws are true, period. No conditions in the natural world. There's never a case where they're not true. If it was a case where it wasn't true, then it wouldn't be a natural law. You clown.
Yeah.
Not you, Adam.
He's not saying that. Yeah, no, he's saying it's, and I think that's what he's kind of saying there. Tacitly, he's in his way. There's an admission in there that the law, when he's using the term law, it's not a natural law. It's a law within the sphere of engineering.
Oh,
so we
God.
can use. Yeah, but that's what needs addressing. That's what needs picking up at this point, because that's the authority he's trying to use on this.
I think
this
he's
statement,
train wrecking himself. All right, let's see how it
Well,
goes.
He is, because he's digging himself deeper, trying to get authority from his knowledge.
Yep.
And even as he's saying it, he's undermining the authority that he's supposedly.
Yeah,
giving it.
exactly. You got it. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see if they catch on it.
And low speeds, relativity. If you got really high gravity and really high speeds, then you got to use general relativity. But for practical purposes, we call these things laws, is because we can use them to make very accurate calculations to actually make.
There's the proof of what I just said. For practical reasons, we accept these things as laws. Is that a law?
No.
Because it's true for practical reasons.
No.
When I'm building it, no, it's not a natural law. So you see, there you go. Anyway,
yeah,
it's just
make things. The Industrial Revolution was a big part of, because of Newton's laws of motion. That we are able.
Newton's laws of motions are all debunked. They were debunked 100 years ago. From Douglas Klein, Professor.
No, they can't have been back then. They were correct because we had the Industrial Revolution, as he's just stated. So back then, during the Industrial Revolution, for his statement to have any validity, the laws of Newton must have been true. Otherwise, we couldn't have had the Industrial Revolution, because the laws of Newton were what caused the Industrial Revolution.
That's retroactive circular reasoning.
I didn't say it wasn't. I'm just saying that's what he said.
So back to my point, Newton's two crowning achievements, the laws of motion and the laws of gravitation that have reigned supreme since published in the Principia, Adam, in 1687, were toppled from the throne by Einstein. So what the hell is this guy talking about? They're all replaced. Newton's classical mechanics were superseded, replaced, toppled from the throne, abolished, replacing, gravitation ruled out. Oh, this is nonsense. And that we didn't even get to the quantum mechanics killing of it. So this guy's full of shit. Let's see what happens.
Able to build steam engines and all these structures, and
we need Newton's laws of motion to build a steam engine. I'd like to see that. Build us a steam engine and use the laws of motion from Newton. I'd like to see that one.
So it's very pragmatic.
It's pragmatic. I'd like to hear him define pragmatic.
The thing about gravity is very elegant. I mean,
the thing about gravity is it's elegant. Yeah, it's an elegant. I can't get through this, man. This guy is pretty damn funny. I'm sorry, I'm losing my focus over on these dweebs. Go ahead.
A hippo on ice skates can be elegant. Don't make it reality.
A pregnant one?
if you were shooting at it.
Basically, well, it does. It explains all of these things. Everything kind of works because
Gravity explains all of these things. That's a reification fallacy. If you're calling gravity a law, that isn't an explanation. That's a description. You don't know the difference between descriptions and explanations. And it ain't doing anything. What the hell is gravity and scientifically validated, you crayon muncher?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, well.
Nuh-uh, it's not going to work. You're going to have to go a little bit deeper than that. Not much further, but a little bit deeper. How about asking him for his scientific evidence for gravity? And first off, which ones he's talking about, then the scientific evidence for it. That would be helpful.
Just hold on. We can
Good. Let him finish. And then
Oh,
we'll
here he
respond.
goes. Cavendish experiment. Here he comes to save the day. Crayon Muncher Cavendish. Let's see what you guys do with this.
Problem.
I just don't see what the point is. I mean, this is.
Well, just go ahead. Maybe we're wrong. I'm open to being wrong, bro. So let me know.
But yeah, I mean, the things that you're showing us are things that we've all had to obviously research through to be flat earthers. We have not. This is not new to us. We've gone through these things. And we haven't.
Maybe he's going to teach us. So maybe
All right,
we're
wait.
wrong.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, you know, I've done the Cavendish experiment. And I know you guys.
Oh, boy.
You have your reasons, and I've even got a Cavendish device here.
Well, it shouldn't be, oh boy. It should be, okay, you've done the Cavendish experiment. What was your hypothesis? That should have been your next statement right out of your mouth. As soon as he said experiment, what was your hypothesis? And when he bumbled, stumbled, and fumbled because he wouldn't know what natural science was if it climbed up his arse and started kicking footballs wrapped in concertina wire, because you're in the same position, you won't ask him that and just destroy his whole argument right here. He's not even parroting the correct pseudoscience. Show the Cavendish experiment with general relativity. This is what we're talking about, folks. I'm not going to go on here too much longer, but maybe a little bit.
I'd be polite there because he also said, "I've got one here. I've done it." So I'd have asked to go. How did it go? Because you know, if he says it works, you say, "Well, you're within the 0.0001% of people that's ever managed to make that work."
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, son. What did it prove? And then go into, wait for that, and then go, how did we do that? Can we, what was your observe?
Yeah. Yeah.
You do know what I mean? Lead him in it, because if you've got them, and this, again, comes to what are they? If you've got the knowledge, this is a Christmas present, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, this is, Betty, remember we used to talk about this? Not the hippos in the fishbowl. This is one of those hanging watermelon-sized curveballs.
Actually, hey, what would you have done with this guy if he's just rocked up now and he's giving you Cavendish?
Like Huey said, I would have asked for the hypothesis.
Yep. That's what she would have done. Most definitely. She's done it before.
Is that before or after wringing your hands?
After laughing, I think.
Yeah. Like I said, not too much more of this, but you guys get the drift. We were just talking about it before. We know he's a lunatic. You already know that. Our focus is more on these gentlemen right here and what their arguments to display that this guy is a friggin' Dunning-Kruger lunatic. It should have been easy. But we're at 4 hours. It goes without saying that after I'm done with the treatment with the two other numpties, which is hilarious, if you haven't thought that, just wait till the next episode, either tomorrow or Thursday. But I'm on this. I am going to do this. That's the next step.
Huey,
yeah.
Huey, the funny thing is at the end, when they pat each other on the back and say that that's how to do a debate.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Go to the end. Just
No,
go to the end real quick.
No, I'm not.
There's one bit before we move. Right. I'd say you can do this for the audience, but if I was on the street here and I used the tongue-in-cheek ring in my hand, this is the point that I can actually make headway with this gentleman. Yeah, because he's claiming to be a scientist. He's bringing this to me. So the way to get him now is just to calmly and politely go through this experiment with him. Yeah?
Yeah.
Get him to identify. Just thanks, mate. Let's do this. See what it shows using scientific method.
Yep.
You know, and he is intelligent. And even if you don't win tonight or get an admission tonight, if you do that bit with him calmly and go through all the independent variable, the dependent, just go through the whole thing and make him realize what he's claiming and the leaps he's making. He doesn't have to, like I say, he doesn't have to admit it, but it will sit with him because he is a geek and he's not going to admit he's wrong, but it will bug him at night. And that's so on the street, that's all you want as your takeaway. Did I get over to him in his language? And this is the winner for me here. This is where you just engage fully.
All right, let's see.
I mean?
Let's see if they do it.
Give them 2 minutes, and if they don't, then let's go to the end.
Okay.
What's a Cavendish device?
It's a Cavendish torsion balance. It's a torsion balance. It's a gravitational.
That's not Cavendish's. That's Reverend John Michelle, by the way. Bryant, you Dunning-Kruger delusional nutbag.
Torsion balance that you're able to calculate the gravitational constant in it.
In your house?
Calculate the gravitational constant. No one, Cavendish didn't do that. I'm sorry. Let me stop. I'll just let it go like he said.
House?
No, don't.
Yeah,
don't.
he has one. He has
don't.
Don't.
Right. That's the learning. Yeah, for all of us.
No,
you're
no.
so much better at that.
For right now, I'm going to continue. When I go back through, I'm dead. You know what's going to happen.
So, right.
Yeah. So just to get through it today, I won't go any further with that. I'll let you go. Like you said, give them 2 minutes. Let's see what these numpties do.
There's one right beside him.
I don't see it. Oh. I've never seen that before.
We just maybe present your argument, and then maybe I can become a believer.
Yeah, do that.
And the little G or big G, I don't know which one I'm supposed to believe in that created everything, the big G or little G, but
it's about, again, we're able to make predictions. So we use Newton's laws of gravity.
You can't make predictions from Newton's laws of gravity. Natural laws are not part of the scientific method. There's no hypothesis. A scientific prediction is a hypothesis. I'm sorry.
To make
you got a little quiet for some reason, Brian. Just
right.
Just can you get back to
say again?
You see, I was about to unmute and say no, I can't, and you'd already burst in. Yeah, it's not going to happen, is it?
No, this isn't. They're not going to do it. They would have already busted him. It ain't going to happen. They're going to let him speak more. He's going to do a whole presentation without them interrupting him.
How can they expose him without exposing themselves?
They
Correct.
Can't. All right, so I just wanted to provide an example of what we were talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, there's 4 hours here. I've only been through a couple minutes. I have to go through this whole friggin' thing. I'm going to need therapy after this. But I can already tell because I'm stopping it every second. Every couple seconds, I'm stopping. So this is going to take months. This is going to take months. I just got a feeling. All right, so you want me to go to the end?
Yeah, I think it's about 10 minutes from the end whenever they're concluding and they're congratulating each other on how to have a civil debate.
Unbelievable. Okay, hold on. So I got the end of the debate at 4:20, so 4:10, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
But he's still there at 4:16.
Why can I ask a question? Why would there be a need to demonstrate how to have a civil debate?
Because we bad. They good.
No. They don't watch us. So they couldn't be referring to us because they don't watch us, remember?
Yeah. Now,
what debates have they done in the past that weren't civil that they're pleased that this one they've had is civil?
Adam, that's you can't go that deep.
Yeah, he went really deep there.
Yeah, he went just beyond Formica deep, and it's too deep. So did they congratulate each other with him on the panel still, or is he gone?
I'm pretty sure he's still there. Yeah, they're all agreeing to disagree.
Okay, yeah, that that would piss me right off. All right, 4:10:15 I'll go to. How about that?
Hold on. What's the point in a debate?
Say again?
Is it to come to the conclusion to agree to disagree?
No, now that's a pretty personal question. The point for me in a debate, ask your question again. I'll give you the answer.
What's the point in a debate?
To destroy the numpty across from me. Utterly drag him around by his short hairs and make him look like a fucking moron.
Right. So for me, I disagree with that. The point in a debate is to come to the truth.
Yeah.
In a clinical.
Well,
I'm not having a debate with somebody.
That's not mutually exclusive to my mission.
No, let me. I think to flat Earth, if you're engaging with people who've got great knowledge, then the point is to use that knowledge, irrespective of your preconceptions before going in, is to use that knowledge to further yours.
Sure.
What it's not there to do is to come to a conclusion to agree to disagree. So if I put that debate in a clinical setting, we've come to decide what to do with the patient. How useful has the debate been if the outcome is we've agreed to disagree?
And the patient
is very cordial.
And
it's
then
exceptionally cordial.
It's cordial, but the patient dies.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor patient.
Yeah, but we were cordial.
Most important.
That will comfort their families. All right, let's roll on to the end.
Static field of the Earth stops.
We're back.
I know, but
Yeah, this is go on forever, bro.
It's 1:15 in the morning.
I gotta get out of. Yeah, I mean,
we gotta wrap it up.
We'll talk to him
It's
about
so
it
obvious,
for 5
and you're
hours.
denying the obvious. I mean, you're saying
Listen,
like,
This actually hurts worse than my broken tooth.
Brian,
Brian, we all love you, by the way. We all love
We do
you.
love
You're
you.
very nice.
I feel bad for
Appreciate-
you.
Listen, go back, listen to this. All the things that you said you're going to look into
I
it.
will.
If you need us to send you any documents, we'll send you some. What's it? I'll give him your email. He'll send you some stuff.
I want to see how electrostatics can give a uniform at the surface of the Earth, a uniform 9.8 meters per second, when we know it varies wildly and it reverses polarity.
All right.
Which means you
Cool.
got to explain.
He'll get it over to you.
why it
He'll
goes
get it
up.
over
We'll get it over to you.
I got you.
And then,
Go sub to my channel too.
You
Welcome
won't
to
be able
Flat Earth.
but good luck trying. Yeah.
We'll
All
get
right.
it over to you. No worries.
I'll send you some stuff, bro.
Thank you. And
All right. Well,
All right, let's say our goodbye. All right. So it's nice. Thank you for coming in. And I know
this
it
is kind
did.
of what I was worried about.
I know
mean,
4-on-1 was not kind. Or
wait a minute. Hold on a second. I think we were very good to you.
Yeah, we were. We
No,
didn't call you
it's
names.
not that you were not bad. It's not that you were. I just didn't want to talk to Austin most. I wanted to talk.
Nobody wants to talk to Austin when it comes to this
Well, but
stuff.
he's not.
I'll talk to Austin when it comes to this stuff. I'll rub his fucking nose in it in about 15 seconds. 20 with interruptions.
I wouldn't say that. Is that a compliment?
Yeah, I guess they were trying to boost some. During this debate, you're a clusterfuck, except for a couple, small minor points that you made. You're a fucking joke. There, friend. So let's get, this is making me fucking, I'm going to have to take a shower after this.
No, listen. He's not. He's got his strong idea of electric.
But you don't. You really don't have any strong ideas that are
I do, but
overwhelming.
I can prove easily that the electric field varies wildly. It's so simple to prove this.
Okay, but he didn't say that doesn't have anything to
But
do
we're
with
not
the
saying
thought,
that matters.
When it switches polarity, it does. You're saying that
For a
gives-
split second with the dielectric discharge.
Oh,
A million
God.
time.
Again, but it's just, that means gravity would have to have an impulse that you can measure, and it doesn't. Or the 9.8
No,
meters.
Gravity has nothing.
You're missing
the
the
whole
point.
electric gradient doesn't flip on the whole Earth.
No,
dude.
actually, during an
See, you're talking about gravity when you can have destroyed it back here at whatever he was
No.
talking about.
No. Let that play. Let that just rewind. 10 seconds. Let that play, please.
Okay. 4:12:01. We'll go to 4:11 if I can get it. There. That's as close as I can get it.
he's got his strong idea of electric.
But you don't. You really don't have any strong ideas that are
I do, but
overwhelming.
I can prove easily that the electric field varies wildly. It's so simple to prove this.
Okay, but he didn't say that doesn't have anything to
But
do
we're
with the
not saying that
theory.
that matters.
When it switches polarity, it does. You're saying that
For a
gives
split
the-
second with the dielectric discharge.
Which is
For the millionth time.
polarity.
Again, but it's just, that means gravity would have to have an impulse that you could measure, and it doesn't. Or the
No,
Gravity has nothing.
You're missing
the
the
whole
point.
electric gradient doesn't flip on the whole Earth.
No,
dude.
actually, during an electric storm, that potential reverses for quite some time. But the lightning is a split second. You're right.
It
So
doesn't
you're
flip
gonna-
across the whole Earth.
And
my
people
guy.
He said you're right. Just move on from that. Let's just-
All right, whatever.
He said
Oh dear,
What's
oh dear.
up?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Now, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. In fact, that is really bad. Yeah. Right. So, as the ambassador to the Ethereans, right. So, what they've demonstrated with Zach's Van de Graaff generator was to make a claim that the direction of current sets the direction of down. What Bryant's saying there is, well, that's not commensurate with reality, because if you're claiming that happens in your stuff, I can show you in real world where that current reverses, as he says there. And they say that Whitsitt rebuts with it's for a millisecond, the lightning strike, and his knowledge is fantastic, isn't it? Because I didn't know this. No. The polarity reverses for quite some time, even though the lightning strike is for a second.
Yes.
Now, play that out outside of lightning, but within their claim.
Right.
What should happen?
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Everything should be lifting off the ground, because that's what's setting the direction of orientation of down. He's just destroyed their religious concept there in that. And that's a clever blow. And that's what I'm saying. You should come out of these things with knowledge. You know?
Yeah.
Listen to his knowledge. He's very knowledgeable. He's off the cuff there, giving you detail of stuff that he obviously knows about. And unfortunately for them, it has massive implications for their religious belief. I'm actually not surprised they don't want to hear it.
Yeah, there's points where he memorized and regurgitates stuff. There's no doubt about it. But make no mistake, this guy is a fucking delusional Dunning-Kruger idiot.
I'm not bothered whether he is or he isn't. The statement of fact that he's given with regards to what happens
right
to the electropotential voltage
right
between the ground and the cloud during a lightning storm, right, is rebutted instantly by Whitsitt. No, you don't need to worry about that. Even though if you think about it, if gravity reversed just for a millisecond, we'd all go, oh, wouldn't we? Off our seats for a second. Ooh, be like going over a hump in a car. You'd feel something, wouldn't you? Yeah. But what the gent says, what Bryant says is no. That may be the lightning strike, but the reversal of polarity occurs for some time.
Thanks for going over it twice. Yeah,
I'm going to say it again because you don't know how much he's just rolled them over. Yeah.
Oh, we know. I play the congratulations.
He's got a couple of gentlemen with some pliers and a blowtorch in the neck.
Okay, yeah,
is devastating to their claim.
Yeah,
absolutely devastating.
Yeah. Couple of gentlemen, huh? That was a good one. All right. Let me finish to the end, Adam. We want to get out of here sometime this century.
You're right.
It doesn't work, guys. Absolutely doesn't work.
All right, man.
Neither does curvature, but
he said,
you know, agree to disagree.
We can talk. I'm just saying that's one thing that's just very easy to debunk.
I know. The spinning of the Earth doesn't work. Neither does the lack of curvature.
It
just doesn't exist.
It works. Brian, you did say there were some things that you should look into. Please do.
I will send you got my email. So.
All right, man. And thanks for coming.
Just send me the most convincing ones.
Okay, wait. I sent you in the chat. Do you see in the chat before you go away? There's a couple things I put in there.
Hit the chat button.
You wanted to know where the cosmologist faked the LIGO. That's the second link there.
He doesn't want to say that.
And then
I'll look at
well, he just said it didn't happen. He didn't
so
believe
go
it,
in the chat before you exit.
But we already know what these guys will do. He'll come back and he'll be like, "Oh no, but they faked it on purpose." Like, yeah, that's what we're saying. But no, but they did it to test their systems. You know.
Okay, you're saying that, but let me look at it. Okay, I'll look at it.
Okay, and then the one below that is the British Navy never existed. It's
okay.
a dumb thought.
I'll concede that one, but it doesn't mean that Coriolis.
Just get his email, Austin.
All right, I got it for you.
Yeah.
All right. Let me
All right,
check
listen.
super chats real quick. I just want to say thank you to those people who did that.
Shut up.
Come
That
on, the more
doesn't
the
bother
merrier.
us at all. We weren't trying to bother you.
We
with
want to
that,
have
but it doesn't
a-
bother us.
Because
A
this is
fully
government.
rounded conversation. So if you got somebody that can explain it better, bring them.
Sure.
Bring all the credentials you can find, ideally.
Yeah.
You'll deal with him. You just got dealt with by him the whole time. You embarrassed everyone in Flat Earth by this train wreck of a dumpster fire that lasted 4.5 hours. I just showed a couple small clips. Ladies and gentlemen, if you watch this thing from beginning to end, you're going to puke at the level of incompetence of these morons right here up against this delusional Dunning-Kruger idiot.
Bring some
let's have
college
a-
professor.
How
whatever-
sick are
whatever
you going to
whatever you
be
like.
over the next few weeks? This is it. You've got to go through this.
I know. I should have never signed up for this shit, but I did already, so I'm obligated. I hate when that happens.
But listen, for
Joe.
Globers out there and Flat Earthers, this is how you have a conversation. We had fun. We got a little heated.
This is how you have a conversation. He's part of the conglomerate of the lies, sir. We're exposing frauds here, sir. We're not here in our open-toed fucking sandals singing Kumbaya and congratulating each other over the conversation. You're in the wrong fucking genre. Get the fuck out. You pissed me off with that shit. Fuck. This is not good. I'm not going to do I don't know where I'm going to go with this. You want me to finish this?
I'd like a little analogy, John. Just a little. It's a bit like you got the two sides here, and one side says you stole my bike, yeah, and I've got plenty of really fantastic evidence, and the other side says no, I didn't steal your bike, and I've got great evidence, and we go to a debate, and one side has got all the fantastic evidence, doesn't use it, and the other side makes up evidence that has nothing to do with whether he stole the bike or not. And to be cordial, they agree to disagree. And the person that had the bike stolen don't get the bike back, do they? If we're going to have a debate, we're dealing with a world of deceit. Cordiality is of no use if the outcome is to not show the lies. And whilst it's lovely if the virtue were there to be on YouTube to the general public is to show how to be polite and cordial with people in debate, it's a great exemplar of that. But if we're trying to undo the globe lie and deal with very high level intellectual people who have a reasonable argument in their paradigm, and we're given opportunities to dismantle that and we don't take them, it's fudge all use as a debate for undoing the lie, as cordial as it may be.
This is all right.
And that's it. We didn't call each other names.
Let's hope that nobody in the super chats did, because
you know what? I was watching the chat. People were pretty good. A few people got frustrated out there, but
Brian, I swore once, and I'm just apologizing for it, Brian. I did swear once.
OMG.
I'm sorry about that.
I said I was going to cut my wrists in the chat, so I apologize for that.
We did.
I really wasn't going to do that, but I did say that.
Oh, that's great.
I'm sorry if you got mad at me, bro. It's all
It's impossible.
It's all good as long as he's cordial about it. As long as he's polite, he can piss down your backs and tell you it's raining. It's okay. No worries.
Electrostatic's impossible.
I spent several days actually deconstructing the whole electromagnetism, and I'm telling you, it doesn't
hates
work.
Austin.
Say again.
So the parameters, they all gave themselves little scores there. I didn't swear, so clearly swearing is not swearing is a parameter for a good debate. I didn't lose my call. All these things, none of them We're interested in making a point, dismantling a point. They don't appear to be the parameters of what a good debate is. And I'll say earlier, who are they talking to? Who is the reference? What is the reference? It can't be us because they don't watch us, as said in this. Who are they making the reference to? When are the bad debates they've had where they've been swearing and winning points? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy things like that. When are those bad debates that they must have had that they're referring to have happened?
Yep.
This is really snide commentary.
It's
what you're hearing here.
It's empty. There's nothing here. It's empty congratulations on some fairy tale they have in their fucking minds. It's delusional.
No, it's either critiquing themselves or a snide attack at us. And I'm happy for the promo because we're a little channel compared to you guys. So all the prep you give us, and people aren't stupid, unless of course there is you're critiquing yourselves. So keep doing it. Keep doing it in a bitter, twisted way, because that's how you appeared to me there. Really quite salty, isn't it? Does it sting, the truth? Because you know how shit you did. I've just witnessed bits of it. It's absolutely shocking. And Witsit, I gave you the credit, mate. You didn't display, did you? You let yourself down. Yeah? You let the family down. You let Flat Earth down. And that's what I'm viewing here. This is a disgrace. These are seasoned professionals. And by ignoring the skills that are in the Flat Earth debate because we swear. Ooh, shocking. Yeah? They're disgracing Flat Earth. So it raises the question. 1, 2, or 3. Which category are you guys sitting in? I don't know. None of it matters. But we'll keep addressing the nonsense you're putting out if you're going to carry on like this.
Do I have to continue? Did we reach the crescendo of this yet?
I thought that was a nice summary.
Yeah, that was a good summary.
I think you should. Yeah, I don't think you should continue because it's just going to make you madder if you do.
You should let the other guys have a say, I think.
All right. Yeah, we're off. I took it off, so go. Don't trip over yourselves.
Well, I was going to say, it doesn't really matter which one of the categories they sit in. All 3 of those categories are bad if you want the truth to come out.
I have a question. Did they validate that guy's credentials? Because he sounds retarded.
I don't know if they did or not. I'm just going by the credentials that was on the screen. I agree with you though.
Brian alluded to it earlier Neil alluded to it earlier. When Neil first presented, I did a research on him, and he is genuine bloke in all sorts of fields. So, and you can listen to him. He's obviously well researched. He's an intelligent man that believes in the ball. Yeah, and he uses science to validate his viewpoint. And we didn't use science to show him the lies in his viewpoint, yeah, that science can demonstrate. And there was so many easy wins in just the little bits I've heard this afternoon and there, that if you're talking to a guy like that, but I said, if you're tied with your own dogma, you're going to struggle. And if you're tied with the lack of knowledge, you don't want to listen to the best way to dismantle this stuff because people swear, or for whatever reasons you don't want a useful argument. What happens? And frankly, it's embarrassing.
Guys, if you want, hold on a second. Guys, if you want more of this, we only did a small little segment. If you want more of this, go to, you're not going to get it today. I don't know when he's going to put it out. Somebody did put the episode in today. I'm trying to scroll back and find it. Oh, episode 17. So this is FED 1763, the after show. FED 1763, the after show. Nathan started at some random point, and he went through a lot of it. So hold on to your hats. I mean, this was just a small little snippet of what happened earlier. Go on, Adam.
Been distracted by chat. I'm going to read it because it's just made me giggle. Robert B. Guns and Navarone. The Ballchinians, in brackets, Globebusters crew were legit 6 to 7 years ago, and then the administration of the anti-flat Earth side dangled a perk. Emoji carrot. Look, I don't know. I don't know what's going off. I don't know what's going off genuinely, right? But these are people I used to talk to, considered my friends, and they behaved in ways to me that I wouldn't say friends would do. And we're now here. I'm not able to make an accusation. That's why I've put the third caveat in, because I genuinely don't know. But none of it is commensurate with being a truth seeker.
Adam, how long was Whitsitt sitting on 24/7 with QE? Come on, Flat Earth Debate. You mean to tell me he did not know how to end that argument right at the Black Swan and right at the elevation angles? The guy even brought up 90. The guy even brought up angles. Shit should have been over in no time.
You heard me butt in just predictively. I couldn't see anything else. Whitsitt's a smart guy who does know these arguments, and yet he chose not to use them. Now, I don't doubt whether Jaron does or doesn't know them, because apparently he doesn't watch the channel now, even though he's on record of saying he does, for long enough to have known these arguments. So why he wouldn't use them now? Maybe they feel they're not valid anymore. Maybe they don't want to disprove ballers. I don't know. But the one that surprised me was Whitsitt, because there was so much ammunition for a man who's got that knowledge base provided by QE because of the years he spent in. I weren't there, but with QE in Discord going through this stuff, like lots of people have benefited from. That's why I said he was going to destroy him. I thought, oh, this is an easy win for him on this one, and it didn't happen. I don't know why it didn't happen. I can't tell you. I'm not a prophet, am I? You know what I mean? But as a human being, you have to look at that, and somebody that's been around this scene for a long time, you have to look and give that a performance appraisal. And as somebody that's known these guys and has a good idea, having argued with them and debated with them and listened and chatted with them, having them shared this, to see them not use it is frustrating. I say there's nothing you can do about it. All we can do on our little platform is just use it as a learning tool and put it out there like we have done, and QE's going to have to spend ages doing.
Yeah, I signed up for that. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, it's going to be a long, arduous journey. I got a feeling just from what I've seen and listened to just there.
I apologize for sending that to you, John. I should have just shut up.
Unbelievable. No apology necessary. I signed up for it for myself in the excitement.
That shit needed bringing to light, I think.
Yeah, it does.
Shout out to Neil. Yeah, took a bit of shit because he did. You know, in all fairness, and the reason he took it was he cited it without even having heard it. And I say, because you have relationships with these people, you mitigate for it. Because you believe these people are genuine as well, like you. So you mitigate. No, David Weiss wouldn't be like that. He's not disconnecting. Look at the connection he's got. And I'm talking as if I was Nathan with me, you know. He's funded me for doing the work for him because I'm the one that keeps his money safe. So you look at all these things, and then that happens, and you can only look at it
as a genuine human being and make your own conclusions. And I cannot reconcile what's going off.
So to the audience, Adam, sorry for interrupting you. They're unaware of what you're talking about. During Nathan's show, Nathan went to a part in this video, and they were talking, and somehow Nathan's name came up, and that's when it all kind of really fell to pieces.
The guy Brian brought it up, QE.
Yeah, Bryant brought it up, and to the effect, I didn't hear it. I had to step out for a second, but I heard the aftermath. I don't know what David Weiss exactly said. Something to the effect that Bryant brought up Nathan's show, and David said, "Well, we don't watch him." Something like that. Is that what he said?
Exactly.
It was in reference to relative density. He was bringing that up while they were bringing up their nonsense about incoherent dielectric acceleration. And that's when he mentioned Nathan, and unsolicited, Dearth said, "We don't watch him," in a very snide way.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's when the proverbial shit hit the fan. Yeah, I think it hit the fan. I think Nathan was pretty upset before that, though, of the lack of coherent argument against this numpty dipshit Baltard. I think he was well on his way before that, and after that, it just, yeah. So that's what for the audience, that's what Adam was talking about. Nathan, doing things for Dearth, and Dearth just hand waved, dismissed him. So I don't know. I guess that would piss me off too. I was pissed off long before that. But all right. Anything else on this? Betty, any business? You still there? Liz?
Nope.
You're not there?
No business.
No business.
And I'm not there.
I don't really think
Go on.
I was just going to say, I don't think you need to draw a conclusion on this. They demonstrated admirably, what they're about.
All right. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm still worried. No, I'm still worried because Betty's really silent. And
well,
things have taken a turn, haven't they, in the past? Well, today, particularly. And it's not commensurate with how Betty wants to deal with it. And I don't know how First Lady can be appeased, frankly, or what you're thinking, genuinely what you're thinking. What do you do now? How do we, what should we do, Betty? Because it's good to, we've heard a lot of fire tonight. A lot of, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Yeah. But sometimes it's after all of that, nice to hear an alternative view of how to proceed, not.
Well, if you guys want to go out in battle, who am I to stop you? Take you guys your axes and hack away.
You going to sharpen our axes?
No, I will be home with the soup when you come back.
With the soup?
You're making soup?
And I could also say, no soup for you.
Oh boy, too funny.
Yeah, the thing is, I can't say or do anything. I have a different set of my mindset. I am different in these ways, and you guys feel this way, and who am I to dispute that or counteract that?
You're Betty. That's why we're asking you. Lilibet. Elizabeth.
Les.
Elizabeta.
Lizavita. Lizavita.
That's sing it. That's Dracula, isn't it? Lizabeta.
Is there a question after this?
No, that was just a straight compliment. You said, "Who am I?" And I said, "You're better." That's why I asked your opinion. Your
I'm
opinion
many
matters.
things, yes. I'm not one thing, luckily.
No.
That's for sure.
I hope you guys are also more things than just one thing.
Your opinion isn't, yeah, go and do what you want, though. That's
I'm not
what
going
I was
to
asking.
get into
I wasn't
that
asking
trap
for your
again,
permission.
Adam. Adam, I'm not going to get into that trap again.
Bam.
That's okay. We got Ballbusters on Saturday. We'll get into it. Title of the show: Betty's take on this situation.
That's 2 strikes I've had at that, and
You
told me
know,
a
3 is
curveball.
out, right? Is it 4 or 3 out?
I think it's 3.
Right?
I've only got one more go, Betty.
Yeah. Well, do your very best next time.
One day I'll get your opinion.
I think you already got my opinion.
No, you said I can do what I want. That's not your opinion. That was just permission. That I didn't
We
need.
had a sort of an after show one time, and then you got my opinion.
Things have changed, developed.
Well, look around you, Adam. The whole world has changed. It seems to be that we have a great divide in our lives everywhere. I mean, everywhere you turn, people seem to be divided over something, you know. So why not this here? So,
She's waxing philosophical on you, Adam.
it's another take.
It's a correct appraisal, but again, it neither demonstrates an opinion or a resolution or a way forward.
Here comes strike 3.
I mean, you asked me for a way forward.
I've said it all the way along. I've asked your opinion and been tempered by it.
Nowadays, I'm more on the salvation issues instead of flat Earth issues.
Dealing with those numpties.
And I think that the other topic is even bigger than this one.
Yeah, that nice sidestep. I agree.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Anyone else? Final call.
It's been a great day.
Neil likes these sort of things.
Betty knows me.
He really is into that sort of like discussions, and he wants to be at the front line in the heat of the fire.
Is he going to get any soup?
Of course, for Neil, there's always soup.
Oh my God. There's no it's like VAR. There's no consistency to the application of your
No
rules.
soup for you, Adam. No soup for you.
See what I mean? I peeled the potatoes for the soup, and I don't get any soup.
You try to go against me, so no soup for you.
Wait a second. Wait a second. How did he try to go against you when he just asked you politely, by the way, for your position on this situation?
There was something that he turned on, and doesn't sit well with me.
I think you miscarried.
QE, be careful. Don't do it. You'll get no soup as well. So don't you go without soup as well as me.
Adam, I already know I'm out the soup line. I already know that.
Maybe Neil will share his soup. He's guaranteed soup.
No, I'm guaranteed booted out of the soup line. Why? Who is friggin' got their mic open?
I am. I'm watching this Star Trek Deep Space Nine series.
Oh,
again.
brother.
You have these different kind of species that they created. And they all sort of have their own character, right? You have the Romulans, you have the Kardashians, and then you have the Klingons.
Kardashians.
Ferengis.
The Ferengis, yes. I mean, and you can, if you look in the world, you can see these, how they came up with these sort of people too, you know. I mean, it's also sort of certain countries that have these sort of traits as well, but also like certain people, right? You have these Klingons that like to fight, like Neil, for example. I sort of see him as, as a Klingon, feisty and like ready to fight, you know.
Only when necessary.
Yeah.
No, the response there, Neil, is partok.
Good, Adam.
I don't like
That's
to
a
fight.
good
It's
one.
only when it's necessary. And I feel not
Profound.
backing Nathan, it's necessary for a fight. Just like if somebody didn't back you and said something about you, Betty, I'd be fighting them all.
Yeah.
That's what I
but
said
that's
in
quality.
Klingon.
Yeah. That's a good quality in a Klingon, right?
He said that's what I said in Klingon. How does it go?
Partok.
Patach.
Little bit of LARPing there. Little bit of LARPing. Sorry.
Papa.
All right.
Adam.
All right. We're going down the tubes quick.
You're gonna soften it better. You're a female Klingon. It's gonna come out softer. It's natural, even in Klingons.
No, the female Klingons are even worse.
Little fantasy there.
Well, I gotta go, guys. Have a great night.
You too. We're just about out of here after this rhetoric between Adam and Klingon rhetoric between Adam and Betty.
Maybe.
Well, there was one thing before Neil goes.
It could have been a Vulcan, but he's too emotional to be a Vulcan. That's too bad.
In matters of salvation, does the truth divide or does it bring people together?
Uh-oh.
Well, on that, that's a good point. So, before
You can
Neil
only be
goes,
saved if you can answer a certain question.
I want to go on.
I just want to know.
And that question is,
I'm not being an arse. Don't know. Before we go on philosophically, I just want to wish Neil and Sonia, because I don't think we've done it on here. They shared an anniversary this weekend, so happy anniversary. It's nice to get these things out on YouTube. So yeah, congratulations, guys. Now we can go philosophical again. And Neil, you can go.
right, the question is, how many curvilinear hypotheses does scientific law have?
That is awesome.
I'll be 15.
18.65.
How many roads
you
must a man walk
bastard.
down?
You sneaky
No.
bastard.
You sneaky. You see, I said fit, and you come in with a decimalization to sound more intelligent, me. And suddenly it's more
Yes,
valid
I
you're
did.
offering it. You dirty git.
Yeah. They're centivolts.
Should have
Give
gone.
it to him in radians, Adam.
I know. I should have expressed it in radians. Damn.
Should have done it in radians. I would have trumped you with the mills. Too funny. No one knows what the hell we're talking about, Adam.
It's a convolution of that full conversations, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Sorry, Overlord. Carry on.
Yeah, I think he was done. It was essentially rhetorical.
And then we answered it well.
Yes, we did. All right, let's wrap it up. Final thoughts, Betty.
Almost to sleep. I need my coffee, for crying out loud.
It didn't appear Bryant needed any more coffee.
Well, no show this Thursday.
Why?
Or you are no, there's no why. There's no show today. This
No
Thursday.
show for Betty Thursday. There's a reason why.
Yeah, there's a reason why, which I hold to myself.
Oh, you just want to keep it to yourself? You don't want me to announce it?
No, why would you?
Is it because the MMA fight you've got lined up with Jaron is super secret?
Yeah. The MMA fight between Betty and Jaron is scheduled then.
Unbelievable. I win, by the way. It's already established.
Yeah, you would win. You would win. Isn't that in like a section in a band? Would win?
Stevie Winwood.
That's the other version. Bring me a higher love.
Oh my God.
You got it.
Bring me a higher love. Oh.
Oh. Oh, sweetheart, the full moon was yesterday.
Hey,
Yeah, Adam knows that.
He said Stevie Winwood. I'm not responsible for my reaction.
I think that was a great one. You guys should laugh at my jokes for crying out.
You are pretty funny. You are pretty funny. Shut up, Neil. Stop rumpusing me.
You guys didn't get it anyways.
Get what?
But you be howling at the moon.
Why would I be howling at the moon?
I said it was yesterday. Full moon was yesterday.
So what?
Remember? Yeah, then it's time to howl at the moon.
I didn't howl. I was singing a song by
Oh,
Stevie
yes,
Winwood.
you did. You tried to sing it, which is a howling sound. You have to explain everything.
All right, let's wrap this up. Since no one's got any final thoughts, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. What we
You
got?
have some final thoughts.
I do have some final thoughts.
Which are?
Yeah, I'm getting them. You're rumpusing me.
I'm not.
Do we not go down the panel anymore?
Hey, somebody
No,
wrote.
we don't do
somebody
that, Adam.
wrote.
Everybody has a voice.
Somebody wrote in chat. Sorry to hear he died.
Who's dead?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's talking about my singing. I think. It was. You like that, Betty?
Yes, that's true.
It's a bit
Body somewhere.
It's a bit abstract. That caught you off guard. Way to go, Guy Adams. You got a signature. Yeah, that very well played there. Not too many people could get that as quick as I did, by the way. All right, we done? Shut up.
Yes, we done.
Now, what were you saying, Adam? Didn't we used to go down? You want to go down at Betty? Go down the list.
Only polite.
All right.
No, I'm not going down a list. It's like 22, 23 here, so I'm done.
Adam,
I'll go down the list.
Adam, go down the list.
I'll go down the list. God damn it. AI Overlord. Final comment.
Make it snappy.
Yeah, otherwise no soup for you.
That curvature will zippity snip, snap, snap.
We'll go next then. Diego 76.
Make it
Second
silent.
call on Diego 76. Third and final call on Diego 76. And we're out of here. George, you're in.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Hey, good evening, guys.
Look at that. That's a response, isn't it? Evening, George. Final thoughts, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy we addressed this embarrassing moment that we all facing now. It's embarrassing to be associated with these guys.
Thank you, sir. Neil.
I'm good. I'm glad that we got to it. I'm glad. Hey, this video has that effect. You could play it for anybody, and they'll start going into the treatment, QE.
George's testimony confers with that. And that's the point, respectfully, Neil, isn't it? We're not here. I've got no need to ad hom attack and stuff. So, like I said, it's about dealing with what's being put out there on our behalf. And if it's out there and it's associated with us, we've got to fundamentally differentiate ourselves from that. So hopefully stuff like this and all QE's hard work that he's going to have to do over the next few weeks going through that will demonstrate it. Hopefully we don't have too many more.
but it sounds like as Nathan said, it sounds like a useful learning tool, mate. Because there's no ballers anymore. Although I'd like to meet a baller. What was his name? I forgot his name.
Flatten the curve still work then, huh?
Well, this is what we're exploring, Betty. The topic that started on the full moon. Are they flattening the curve, or are they bending
at the
light?
beginning of the whole COVID period, we had a period of 2 weeks flatten the curve. I mean, it worked.
Oh, that curve. That was there was another imaginary curve, wasn't it?
Yeah, everything curves away.
All right, is that it?
No, I've got Righteous Force, but I think he's muted. So, other than that, over to Betty.
He's
Righteous Force. Are you there?
He's deaf and Dan muted. That's the foreword to his autobiography.
He might have fell asleep. All right, so that's down the list then.
That's it. So we got. Are you done, Adam?
The list is so I am.
Outstanding. Great show. Thanks, Betty, Adam, all you guys. I'm going to close her out. Appreciate it. So what we got this week. Now, it's going to be either tomorrow, that's Wednesday at 6 p.m. U.S. Central, or Thursday, 6 p.m. U.S. Central. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm waiting on one uncontrollable issue that I have to square away first before I can make a decision on that. You know, guys don't need to know details of that. And then we got BALLBUSTERS, which we'll probably be talking about this and this treatment and my usual treatments of frickin' Frack, the PhD astronomer and the Lion sewer rat engineer. You got to catch this episode, folks. You should have caught the previous 2 episodes, but this one is pretty special. So I don't want you to miss it. Got it? So hang in there. And remember, I'll be back. Yeah, I'm just closing up.